Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit longer than I would have liked since I posted my last video, but I've been a little under the weather. Luckily, I'm feeling better, so I wanted to record this video really fast and get it up. I'm going to be going over my Chanel handbag collection. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video. I'm going to talk about if I would buy them again, recommend them, all that stuff. So let's get right into it. Okay, first up is my OG Chanel bag. This is the very first bag that I purchased. I purchased it in the boutique. It is the black medium classic flap in the caviar leather. It is from the revolving collection. So that means that it is from the permanent line and not a specific season. If you'll notice, it has the larger grain caviar, which is common for the permanent collection. It is silver hardware and it has the outside stitching, which I really loved for my first classic flap. I loved the puffiness of the quilts. I would definitely buy this bag again. I bought it in the silver hardware. I know that the gold is the more popular hardware for this specific bag, but I wanted a bag that I felt comfortable wearing every day. And I just felt like silver hardware was a little more casual for an everyday sort of bag. I have not babied this bag at all, and the wear and tear has been great. I mean, it looks new. There's, no damage that I can see. The corner wear is fine. I don't see any indents on the bottom. I'm very happy with this bag and would 1000% buy this bag again. Next up, I'm going to continue with my classic flap collection, and this is my medium lambskin in the beige clair. I loved this bag when I saw it. It is so buttery soft. I originally wanted the beige clair in caviar leather just because that's what I had seen around. A lot of people had it in Instagram and mod shots that I loved. And I did get offered one in the caviar leather, I would say sometime in 2020, but it had silver hardware and I really wanted the gold. I just love how the gold looks with the beige clair. But then one day I was in the boutique with my sister. I wasn't even planning on buying anything, and they pulled this out and I immediately fell in love. The leather is so soft, so buttery, so supple. I was a little bit worried, to be honest, with the light color and the lambskin, but I have had no issues with it. I mean, I don't overly baby my bags, but of course I'm careful where I set them down when I'm at a restaurant or shopping or whatever. And so far I have had no issues. I did make a mistake when I stored this bag, and I did get some dents from the chain, but I was able to take them out with a blow dryer. It was a really, really easy solution. If that's something that you're interested in me doing a video on, I would be more than happy to. Just let me know in the comments below. But it's a really simple hack, and it brought my bag back to its pristine condition. I love this bag so much. I would definitely buy this bag again. Even in the lambskin, I think it just looks so much more luxurious. What do you guys think? Would you buy it in the lambskin, or are you still a diehard beige clair caviar fan? Next up in my collection is my 20S gray small classic flap. This is also a lambskin bag. It is in the chevron pattern. I love this bag because it was my first chevron bag. I thought it was just so unique for me and the stitching and everything like that. I absolutely love that it comes with the champagne gold hardware. I thought it was so beautiful. I think it's probably my favorite hardware from Chanel. This is actually the first bag that I ever bought pre-loved. I bought it from a website called Dear Luxe. They're also on Instagram. I will share their information down below in the description box. But I was very happy with them. I also got this bag authenticated by Zico, just in case. I'll also share her information in the description box if there is a Chanel bag that you are looking to authenticate. But everything was very smooth with the transaction. My particular bag came with the original receipt, so I was able to see that this bag originally came from the Hong Kong boutique. It came with the box, the camellia, the tissue paper, everything that I would have got had I purchased it myself in the boutique. I just unfortunately missed out on this bag here in the US when it came out, so I was very happy to find it pre-loved in brand new condition for a good price. It is the small size, as I mentioned. In comparison, they're very similar in size, just maybe an inch of a difference for the medium, if that. So they fit a very, very similar amount. Some people tend to prefer the small classic flap if they're more petite framed, and if you're taller or have a larger frame, people tend to prefer the medium. I think they look both good. They're very similar in size. They're similar in what they fit. So if there's a color that you really love in a bag, I wouldn't not buy it just because you can only find it in the medium or the small. Next up in my collection is my first reissue bag. It's this beautiful light gold from the 20A collection. It's a champagne gold. The thing I love the most about the reissue is this chain. It's the original chain that Chanel designed when she first came out with this bag. In fact, this is the original design of this. So as you'll see, they're very, very similar. This version of the bag came out in the 1980s, and it was Karl Lagerfeld who came out with the interlocking CC design. But before then, it was this design, and it had the turn lock. So as you'll see, it's pretty much the exact same bag. There are some differences, and the interior is the same. You have the same pockets for the lipstick and this pocket and all of that, the love letter pocket, everything, the double grommets, the quilt stitching. But there are a few key differences. The main difference being, first of all, of course, as you can see, the lock and the chain. But then also the reissue is a softer bag. So it's meant to have like a softer bottom, and the idea is that you're supposed to be able to fold the bag down flat for when you're traveling. I personally wouldn't do that because mine is metallic and I wouldn't want to do anything to the metallic leather and ruin it in any way. But the reissues tend to come in what's called like a crumpled calf skin, so it's like a more vintage kind of look. I really like the crumpled calf skin on my reissue because it's gold and it looks, I think, younger than a lot of the reissues do. They tend to kind of look a little mature sometimes, but they are beautiful bags, and they're bags that you can get good prices on the pre-loved market. So if you are looking for a Chanel bag that you want a classic style, a timeless sort of piece, the reissue can definitely be a bag to consider, especially for the prices that you can get for them on the pre-loved market. This is a bag I definitely would consider buying again, maybe in a different color. I don't know if I'm happy with the gold. I do love the color a lot, but I haven't used it. So I don't know if that's like because of lockdown and I don't go out as much, or, you know, the situation that we're all in, but that's just kind of my experience with this bag. Next in my collection is this little cutie right here. It is from the 21A collection. It is the reissue mini in the copper color, but that's what Chanel called it, copper, but it's really like a rose gold sort of pink. I think what makes this bag really unique is the hardware. It's this gorgeous like rose gold color, which is pretty unique in Chanel. They have only, that I've seen, come out a couple bags. Last season they came out with the Trendy CC with the rose gold. The season before that it was the classic flap with the rose gold. And then from 21A they had this bag with the rose gold. As with the other reissue, it is a softer bag than I would say the other classic flaps are, or even the classic minis. Quilts also are not as puffy. They have a more classic sort of flatter vintage look. This particular reissue is in the grained calfskin, so it's not a caviar per se, but it is a calfskin. It does have a grain. It's not as a pronounced sort of grain than I would say like my classic flap is. You can see the difference between the grains. I'd say I think it's a little bit more of a hardier material than the lambskin minis that are the ones that come out now since they stopped making caviar. So that's sort of what attracted me to this mini. Another thing that attracted me to this mini is the fact that it is has the 4 grommets. The classic minis only have 2, so you only have the option of wearing them long on your shoulder or crossbody. This one has a little bit of more versatility, as you can wear it as a shoulder bag if you'd like. You can also crossbody it or wear it as a long shoulder bag. That is one pro I would say that the mini reissue has over the mini classic flaps. Just the versatility, the fact that you can get it in a more durable material over the lambskin, and it's just as cute. It's the same size. When you open it up inside, it looks just like the mini classic flaps. And actually this, if you'll see, this is my very first bag that came with the chip. 21A is for me the collection that I started seeing the bags coming out with chips. Would I buy this bag again? Maybe, and it's a maybe only because I haven't used it yet. I bought this bag last fall and I've not used it once. And so I do kind of go back and forth thinking, should I sell her? Shouldn't I sell her? But then I look at her and I'm like, I don't want to sell her. She's so cute. So should I keep? Should I sell? Let me know in the comments below. Next, I have this gorgeous beauty from the 21S collection. It is the mini top handle bag in an iridescent sort of white with aged gold hardware. I absolutely love this bag. If you are thinking of getting this bag and you see it in a color that you love, I 100% recommend it. I have had 0 issues with the white bag. I don't spray my bags with anything because to be honest, I'm a little bit scared. I know that a lot of people really swear by spraying their bags. I haven't tried it. The only bag that I've ever sprayed is the Louis Vuitton, the Vachetta. But yeah, for the white bags, I have not sprayed it, especially because this one is an iridescent bag. I'm afraid to spray it and lose the sheen of it. But it's a very versatile bag for me. I love the fact that I can carry it as a top handle. I think that having the top handle is something that has really helped prevent color transfer, because if I am wearing something like denim and I want to wear this bag, I don't wear it crossbody. I carry it in my hand and then it's not rubbing against my jeans. On the inside of the bag, it fits as much as a regular mini. They're the same size. This particular bag is really pretty on the inside too, because it has like this pink sort of iridescence to it. The chain is a little bit thinner than it would be on a regular mini. There we go. So it is a little bit thinner than it would be on a regular mini. And the chain is not removable. So when you're walking around, it kind of does dangle. That does tend to bother some people. It doesn't bother me. Some people also just opt to tuck in the chain when they want to use it as a top handle. I honestly just let the chain kind of dangle around and it hasn't been an issue for me. It has the Mona Lisa pocket in the back. And I think I mentioned it is aged gold hardware. So, you know, this is a bag that I highly recommend. It's also a bag that sells for a lot above the retail on the pre-loved market. So if you find it in the boutique, I would say go for it if you love it, because especially these are seasonal bags and the colors don't come back. So if you don't buy the bag in the boutique and you sit on it and you go back and it's not there, and you really want that bag, you're probably going to be paying a few grand over retail, especially in the caviar version. They came out in caviar leather for one season only, and they flew off the shelves, and now I see them selling for $6,000–7,000. This is a bag, like I said, I would definitely buy again. It's super cute. It's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite bag. I think between this bag, my 20S, and my original Caviar Classic Flap in the black, those are probably my 3 go-to bags, I would say. Next up, you'll recognize my latest purchase from Chanel. This is also a pre-loved bag that I bought from Fashionphile. It's the second bag that I've ever bought pre-loved. And I've been very happy both times that I bought a pre-loved bag. I think when you're buying a pre-loved bag, the most important thing you can do is read the description. I think a lot of people skip over the description and they just look at the pictures, and it's very important to do both. You need to read the description carefully. Don't just look at the pictures, zoom into the pictures. There are going to be marks and scuffs and things like that that maybe you don't see when you look at the whole picture. But if you zoom in and make it bigger, you might see a small scratch, something that you might be unhappy finding when you open your package and finding as a surprise, when really it was there and you just, you know, missed it in the description, missed it in the photo. So just looking at all of those details with a fine-tooth comb, I think is what is one part of making you happy with your pre-loved purchase. The other part, of course, is buying from a reputable reseller. So again, this bag is new. It is known as the Emily in Paris bag. At least that's what I call it, because that is the first time I saw this bag. It's from the 20C collection. It came out in 2019. It has this gorgeous sort of age gold hardware and this pearl detail along the top. Then you have the classic chain with the interwoven leather, and then you have this shoulder leather strap for comfort. This bag, I would say, is the size of a larger wallet on a chain. I don't own a Chanel wallet on a chain currently, but I think this is a little bit bigger than a Chanel wallet on a chain, but it is comparable to my YSL wallet on a chain. So it's a little bit taller, but they are a similar length. And they fit a similar amount. I would say that I prefer this though over the design of the YSL wallet on a chain, because it has a single compartment inside, and then you have a few pockets where you can store things, like the zip pocket. You have a little front pocket here, and you also have a little back pocket behind the zip compartment. So I kind of prefer it to a traditional walk in that sense. But so far, I'm really loving this bag. It's a goat skin bag, so it's a little bit more durable than a lambskin, but it has that smooth leather look like a lambskin bag does. Since I bought this bag, I've used it a couple times. I think it's a really cute bag for like a date night, or if you're going somewhere where you need to not carry a lot of things. It's a really cute bag to use because honestly, it doesn't hold a lot. Last but not least, it is my Trendy CC in the black lambskin with the gold hardware. It's the traditional yellow gold hardware, not the rose gold hardware. This did come out in a rose gold hardware last season, and I saw it black and white. I'm not sure if it came out in rose gold in any other color, but it was a gorgeous bag as well with the rose gold hardware. I personally just really wanted the gold hardware. I still have my protective sticker on it. Sometimes I leave those on, but you really shouldn't, because if it gets wet, it can cause tarnishing to your hardware. So it's a good idea to remove it if you're going to be using it. Definitely recommend this bag if it is a bag that has caught your eye. I think this bag does battle with the Cocoa top handle simply because the Cocoa comes in a caviar leather and it has like mini sizes and things like that. But if you're looking for a top handled bag, I could not recommend this bag enough. So that's it for today's video, guys. I really enjoyed sharing my Chanel collection with you, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have already subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it so much. You cannot believe I see you guys subscribing, and it makes me so happy and thankful, and I just cannot wait to continue on this journey with you guys. And so yeah, that's it, and I'll see you in the next one.